Welcome back, my loves, and if you're new, welcome. Today I have a last minute swag for you. You can hang it on your door or you can use it as a centerpiece. So if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we would love to have you here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this easy DIY wreath. Now we're going to start off with cutting our mesh ribbon. We got this ribbon from the Reef Shop. It's 10 by 10 and it was $4.75. We're going to cut our mesh ribbon at 18 inches. We're just going to go ahead and slice it down. If you don't have this type of blade, you know what works great? Scissors. Scissors work great with this. You can get this type of roller blade from Michael's, Hobby Lobby, of course, Amazon. Dollar Tree has them sometimes, but I've tried it like two or three times. They're not worth it. So just pay a little bit more, or like I said, just use your scissors if you don't have a blade. But if you're going to make a lot of wreaths, then I would recommend grabbing one. So we're just going to roll our mesh ribbon out to 18 and we're going to go ahead and cut several pieces. And we got this swag from the Deco Warehouse, and it was 19.99, and it was in Texas. So I didn't order this online. I did go there and purchase it. So it's been like over 2 years. So you can see there's a hook on the top, and there's also a hook on the bottom, so you can hang it either way from the top or the bottom. And it's been over 2 years, so it was 19.99 when I bought it. So I'm not sure how much it is now. So we're going to just go ahead and take our Deco mesh, open it up, and then start rolling it towards itself. Once it meets the ends meet, we're going to go ahead and place it inside our wreath, and we're going to tie it once, twice, and then just go ahead and add some more ribbon. Now, I usually tie it twice because this way, if we're going to add some more decorations inside of it, we have room. Now, these branches are really long, so two or three times it really won't matter. So you're just going to open your mesh ribbon, roll it towards itself, and then close it and open two branches, place it in between the two branches and tie it one, two times, and go ahead and move on to the next branch. Now we're going to go ahead and take this Chanel stem and we're going to take it right through the top of our Christmas bulb. I'm trying to make sure I got all that glue off the top because I do glue my tops down. Now we got these three bulbs from Hobby Lobby and they were $23.99. And we're just going to go ahead and place the three bulbs throughout our swag. So you're going to take the Chanel stems, open the branches, and then you're going to take one to the right, one to the left, and then we're going to flip the swag over, and then we're going to tie it to the actual bar. And then we're just going to twist it several times, and we're going to leave it there because we're going to come back once you're completely done with the wreath. Then we'll come back and cut down our stems. So you're just going to tie it about 4 or 5 times just to make sure that it's tight. And then we're going to flip it back over and add another bulb. Now we're also going to add a little hot glue underneath the bulb to make sure it attached to the mesh ribbon just to make sure that it's secure. It's definitely secure by putting the Chanel stems to tighten it, but it never hurts to have a little hot glue just to keep it in place. And as you can see, these bulbs are red, green, and gold trim. So one is red with the little green and gold, and then the other one is green with the gold with the red trimming going around. I really like these bulbs, and there were three in the pack. And of course, Hobby Lobby did have them in a smaller pack if you didn't want to use larger bulbs. I would definitely buy some more of these bulbs. Now I'm going to do the same way. Put the Chanel stem on both sides, take it through the reef, flip it over, and then tie it to the frame, twisting it at least 4 to 5 times, and then just putting it to the side. Like I said, we'll come back and clean the back of the frame up, and then we're going to add a little hot glue on both sides just to make sure that it's secure in place. Now I got these bulbs also from Hobby Lobby, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put the Chanel stems through the frame, flip it over, and tie it on the bag. So this pack was red, green, and gold, and it was 20, no, it was 18 in a pack, and it was 25.99. Now, these chunky glitter balls came from Hobby Lobby. If you buy the large pack, which we do have, is $17.99 and you get eight. And then the small pack, believe it or not, you get eight for $10.99. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go ahead and take a Chanel stems through the frame and tie it to the bag. I'm going to go ahead and make a cluster of Christmas bulbs. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the Chanel stem, take it through the tops of the bulbs, twist it a couple times to put them together and make it tight. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them in the wreath the same way we did the other bulbs. Now, the red bulbs I got from Hobby Lobby, they were 50 in a pack and they were 15.98. And then the small gold bulbs came from Walmart. They were 5.97. It was 26 in a pack. So definitely after the holidays, if you know what color scheme you want to use next year, I would definitely recommend trying to grab some extra bulbs, especially the big packs of bulbs if you can find them. Now I got this ribbon from Walmart last year, and it is 14 inches and 15 feet. It was $12.98. They also had it in the green and gold. In hindsight, I really wish that I grabbed another one of the red and green and at least one gold and green, because I think this ribbon is really pretty, and they did not have it this year where I am at. So you definitely would have to let me know if they had it where you are. So I'm going to go ahead and make the ribbon 22 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and I'm going to cut two pieces at 22 inches. The next two pieces will be 18 inches, and I'm also going to cut two pieces and then put them to the side. So we did 22, 18, and then the last one would be 14. Now we're going to take our first piece of 22-inch ribbon. We're going to put a little hot glue at the end, as you can see on the inside, and then we're going to go ahead and fold it over, and it's going to meet the other end, and we're just going to lay it on top of it. So we're going to lay the two edges, but one is going to be laying on top of it. Make sure you put a good amount of glue so that it does stick, because we are going to make a bow and we don't want this to come apart. So I press down to make sure that the glue is sticking. Once we do this, we're going to do it for all of our pieces of ribbon. We're going to go ahead, stick the ends together, make sure we put enough glue, and then we're going to put them all aside until we're done with the last one. So we're going to take our first two pieces, which are the 22 inches. We're going to lay one on top of the other. And as you can see, I'm slowly from the top and the bottom scrunching it together. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a Chanel stem, put it in the middle, and I'm going to tie it down at least 2 to 3 times, really tight, because we're going to go ahead and put the nest of the rabbit inside. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to take our 18-inch pieces and we're going to gather them the same way, and we're going to place them right inside of the Chanel stem. Now, I will tell you, after doing this, I was like, oh my God, this ribbon is really thick. This was some really good ribbon for $13. We're going to go ahead and put our last piece, which is the 14-inch, and we're going to put it on top, and then we're going to go ahead and twist the Chanel stem. By this ribbon being this thick, just to be on the safe side, I took a zip tie and tied it around, and then I'm going to cut the end off. And then don't worry about the zip tie or the Chanel stem showing, because we're going to take a piece of ribbon and we're going to use that ribbon to cover up the Chanel stem and the zip tie. I want to go ahead and cut a piece of ribbon, and what I want to do is fold it in half. Nope, in threes. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this ribbon in threes, and it'll go over perfectly just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and place some hot glue in the crease, and fold it down, and then I'm going to add a little bit more hot glue, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold it again just to make sure that this is secure, because we are going to use this to cover up the Chanel stem and the twisty top. Get all that little hot glue off of it, little strings, and then we're just going to add a little more at the edge. This way we know it's going to stick when we fold it over. And once we have it folded over the way we want it, we're going to go ahead and use that to cover the Chanel stem. And we're just going to put a lot of hot glue going all the way around so that it sticks. We're going to go ahead and take this zip tie and run it through the back of our ribbon. And that's what we're going to use to attach our ribbon to the swag. Now the swag has that one long piece sticking up, so we're going to fold that down, and then we'll take the other branches around it and fold it, and we're going to use that to attach the bow tightly around those branches in the back to make sure that it's secure. So it is going to be a little bit of room there because we probably should have moved that bulb down a little bit. Since we hot glue it, it's there, but don't worry, we're going to fix that because you can either put ribbon or bulb. So we're going to put a bulb there. So don't worry about that. We're going to go ahead and attach our bow. And once we have it secure in the back, we're going to go ahead and add some more ribbon. Now we're going to go ahead and ducktail this ribbon. So we're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to cut upward, and then that's going to give us our clean cut. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the branches to hold our ribbon. So we're going to go ahead and take our ribbon and place it on the side of the swag. Stick the ribbon inside of two branches, tie it 2 times around to secure it, and then we're going to go ahead and take another piece. And I didn't measure these, I just went on ahead and cut it because I only had so much ribbon left. So on hindsight, like I said, I wish I had gotten more ribbon, but I didn't. So I just cut the little pieces that I had in half, so that way I can go ahead and place them on the side of our swag. So the reason why the ribbon is on the other side and you just watched me place it on the one side was because I made a long piece and I cut it on both ends, and then I made the second cut. And when I made the second cut, I realized, well, what was left was not enough. So you had this long ribbon on one side and the short one. So I took it, measured it, cut it. So we got the two pieces going down the side, and then I took the little piece that I had, and then it just attached that in between the branches. So that's why the one side was already done. And I took the little two pieces that I had left and just ducktail both ends and put one little piece on one side and the other on the other side. So if that happens when you cut the ribbon, just make the best of what you can, especially if you do not have any more. And I didn't. And I did not want to not use this ribbon, so I just made the pieces smaller. After hanging this up and stepping back and looking at it, the two gold bulbs did not hang the way that I thought they were hanging. I thought one was on the left and one was on the right. But the way the swag was made, it didn't look that way. So all I did was I went on ahead and added another gold bulb to it, and then also the red glittery bulb, I put an extra one too, because maybe it's the space. But after I added those two at the bottom, I had tried a green cluster up top. I didn't like the way that looked either. So I took that off and I put a green, one green bulb. So sometimes you have to adjust, especially when you hang your wreaths up and you step back and look at it. It might not be the way that you want. So sometimes that's why I don't glue everything. But I put the bulbs there, it adjusted. I put the green bulb there, it worked out perfect. Then I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and just add the red mesh that I had left over. So I added that through. And once I did that, I was like, okay, I like the way it looks. And sometimes you have to adjust your wreath. They don't always come out exactly how you want the first time around, but you just look at it, hang it up, and continue to work on it. Now, since this swag has a little hook, I'm going to go ahead and make a little rope so this way we can use that to attach it to our wreath hanger. Now, I'm just going to make two loops of a circle and then tie the ends around it to attach and then cut the ends off. Or you can take it, hold it, and take it and wrap it around your two fingers and then twist the ends. I'm like, look, I'm just trying to make this little circle so I can hang this hook up. But you know what? You can use this swag to put on your table, your dinner table, or your fireplace if you don't want to hang it up. Because it is a swag, you could also hang it on the door. Just be mindful that it is heavy with all of our decor that we have on there. But once I have our little rope, we're going to attach it to the hook. Now you also can go ahead and take a little hot glue and take that and attach it to the metal piece with the rope so that way you know they won't come apart and it won't fall down. But once we have all this together, we are done with our Christmas swag. Well, my loves, as you can see, we can use this as a door wreath, or you can place it down on your table and use it as a centerpiece. Well, my loves, if you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we would love to have you here. If you are returning, you are truly appreciated. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also feel free to share it. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holidays, and as you travel, don't forget to pack your patience as you shop these last couple of days. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, be blessed, and we will see you in our next video. Bye for now.